Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
Well, that started in December 2020, and the core question there is around a nuanced legal question. Is XRP a security? And did Ripple sell, is an XRP an investment contract? Did Ripple sell unregistered securities? Did Brad Garlinghouse sell XRP as an unregistered security? I think it's very clear that in the United States, the laws have not been clear, and for the SEC then to go back in time and say, you should have known all along, it's really, I think, going to be hard. It's a hard case. And I think what we're seeing in the court process, which does continue to play out, is a judicial process that recognizes some of this. Even this past couple days, there's a ruling from the court finally requiring the SEC to publish information about some speeches that the Director of Corporate Finance, Hinman, gave about Ether not being a security. And the fact that even now you have the SEC not able to answer the question, is Ether a security? They want to answer that question. They're saying there's clarity, but then they won't provide clarity. They're saying they won't comment on specific projects, but then they comment on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one of the largest projects, but yet still just a project. And just in terms of
Ripple's fight against a lawsuit from the SEC has gone exceedingly well, CEO Brad Garlinghouse said. The SEC alleges Ripple conducted an illegal securities offering through sales of XRP, the world's sixth biggest crypto. Ripple argues XRP should be treated as a virtual currency rather than an investment contract like stock. We described it a couple of different times, but at the end of the day, really, I don't think the SEC has anything on it, because trying to prove that Ripple knew, or specifically Brad or Chris Larson knew, that is extremely difficult. But I have a couple of things on the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit I want to discuss. But most importantly, just all the most important news Ripple related, and one specific new document just came out. Let me also show that to you guys. So this is the specific letter that just came out. The SEC has filed a letter stating that it does not seek to take additional discovery at this time. But both parties reserve their rights to take discovery limited to the disgorgement issue if necessary after liability is decided. This is a very nice thing. Why am I saying that? Well, because if you didn't know, the issue at hand right now was the fact that the SEC might, on the Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson part, want to investigate a lot further, which could basically mean that they would want to go into a very big dispute. Alright, got distracted for a little second. But, so the issue at hand, I'm screaming into the microphone as well. Things are going crazy right now. So the specific issue at hand is the fact that Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson put up a motion to dismiss. What they basically wanted was the lawsuit against them to be taken out, just completely taken out. The judge didn't, follow them, basically. She said, no, let's also proceed with basically figuring everything out about how responsible you were and whatnot. And what it turned out to be was a really potential huge time loss. What I mean with that is, every single time another person basically gets sued, you have this discovery period before you go into the trial or whatnot, a summary judgment. So, because the lawsuit was against Ripple, with kind of the idea that the other two were going to be dismissed, there might, or let me say it differently, now that the motion to dismiss were denied, the SEC still basically potentially had this right to do some discovery. And discovery basically being, you discover some specific facts, or you conduct some witness investigations. You guys get the drift. We covered this for months, about a year ago or so. We covered this for such a long while. Fun fact, the expert discovery, you have the fact discovery and expert discovery. It actually ended, I think, like the end of February, right, of this year for the main lawsuit. So what they've now decided, as far as I understand, is that it is only going to be that they go into this discovery if some further decision basically makes it plausible or useful. Right now, as it currently stands, they're saying, no, we don't want to go and dive into it too much because we don't think it's necessary. And again, there was also Ripple side because they said it would waste too much time, because even though it is from some perspective warranted to do some research into a topic which you have not discussed before, and you want to fight this lawsuit as best as you can. And so even Ripple might want it to do some discovery onto the SEC on the specific parts of, the two defendants being sued, and not just Ripple's lawsuit. But I think this is a very nice thing. I don't think this is in any way, shape, or form bad. I think this is in every way, shape, or form good. And indeed, you might see it as something like the SEC tapping out, or just saying, hey, let's take it easy for a little second. We don't want to take this any further unless need be. But again, that part we will see later. Having said that, in general, again, I remain bullish on the lawsuit. You guys have already heard me say, I think XRP is by far one of the best cryptocurrencies for 2022. I wanted to say investments, but I'd like to not say that. Then again, I do see it that way, right? XRP, from the perspective of what Brad Garlinghouse says, is one of the best utility tokens out there, and so from the investment perspective, I'm not sure if that's the best way to describe it, because we're actually basically buying a currency, and for that reason, I would also like to kind of drift away from saying it's an investment, but rather saying it's a smart currency to have, and it will most likely increase in price due to the demand and due to basically winning this freaking lawsuit. But it's a little slippery slope, right? Because if we start to really see it as an investment, is Forex, is like foreign exchange, do you consider that to be an investment? I guess so. But from another perspective, you're just buying a different currency, not necessarily with the expectation of profit. I guess if you, never mind. Okay, you might actually buy it with the expectation of profit. I'm not too sure about how that entire wording or naming works. What I'm trying to say is, of course, the entire lawsuit is about the fact that XRP was sold basically as Ripple stock, as an investment contract. And if we all see it that way, no, not really. Because I'm still also thinking, if you're buying it with the expectation of XRP being used by whatever party, and so the value of it increases due to increased demand, not necessarily facilitated by Ripple, but I guess the whole argument of it being Ripple security doesn't line up still, so I can call it an investment any way, shape, or form I want to. Yeah, I guess so. Having said that, let's quickly take a look. So we had Ripple CEO discussing the ongoing lawsuit. He was just basically positive about it. I already described to you guys before how I think it's one of the best and easiest 10x's in the crypto space right now. If you guys don't remember, most recently we had the judge ordered to produce materials related to Hinman's speech in the ongoing Ripple legal fight. What this basically refers to is the last decision in the lawsuit, the 12th of April, where right now everything surrounding the Hinman speech, all those emails, all the 60 emails and whatnot, they have to be given up unless it is kind of like non-related, or if it is some SEC internal emails discussing policy that is not necessarily related to the speech, but regarding SEC policy as a whole, those can also be redacted and not used, basically, or don't have to be given over. But still, at the end of the day, it's a very positive thing. Now, I actually wanted to keep it only about Ripple and SEC. I kind of did want that, but I saw this and I had to cover it real quick. Twitter board adopts a poison pill defense after Musk's $43 billion bid to buy the company. This is rather interesting. Twitter adopted a limited duration shareholder rights plan, often called a poison pill, a day after the billionaire offered to buy the company for $43 billion, the company announced Friday. The board voted unanimously to adopt the plan. Under the new structure, if any person or group acquires beneficial ownership of at least 15% of Twitter's outstanding common stock without the board's approval, other shareholders will be allowed to purchase additional shares at a discount. The plan will expire about a year from now. Such a move is a common way to fend off potential hostile takeover by diluting shares, which is interesting. Twitter noted that the rights plan would not prevent the board from accepting an acquisition offer if the board deems it in the best interest of the company and its shareholders. But the rights plan will reduce the likelihood that any entity, person, or group gains control of Twitter through open market accumulation without paying all shareholders an appropriate control premium or without providing the board sufficient time to make informed judgment and take action that are in the best interest of shareholders, the company said in a press release. At the end of the day, this does not really matter too much for Elon because he's planning to buy the whole company. But it's the idea that right now there was a little bit of a bidding war with Vanguard, of course, also buying a bigger percentage, that might have made some hostile takeover that way due to the public, or I guess the just common stock that's outstanding, which is interesting to kind of think about. Alright, then also last but not least, there was this this scenario which I described to you guys earlier. If you guys don't remember, Michael Barr, in 2015, Michael Barr joined the advisory board of Ripple Labs. Right now, just now, Biden nominated him as a top Fed banking regulator. You gotta remember, and I kind of want to share this in every single one of my videos, Ripple's board is huge, but remember that you're not going to join the board of a company whom you think is a big fraud. Alright, you might say, yeah, but Bernie Madoff most likely had good advisors, good board members, yada yada. Partially true, yeah, but it depends on how deep the scam runs, so to speak. In Ripple's sense, they can literally read everything in the lawsuits that are already outstanding. Rosie Rios joined after she knew everything that was going on, and she's literally an expert on currencies. It is very hard to join something that you basically believe is a fraud, if you guys get my drift. With the whole literal scam scenarios, often it's just really disguised properly, if you guys get my drift. With Ripple, everything is out in the open, in the public. You can literally see everything. They explain everything to us. But also, the lawsuit is already there. And so, if you are with the regulator side saying, yeah, indeed, they are a big scam, then you probably wouldn't join their board. And you already know, public opinion from 2009, let's say it like this. Public opinion has often been against them. It's right now kind of turning towards them. But you probably wouldn't risk your ass of joining the bad side and then losing as well, if you guys get my drift. I just want to quickly make that clear to you all. But also from the fact that these guys are now, for example, being nominated by Biden. Another one, Rosie Rios, was the 47th Treasurer of the United States, I believe. I'm not sure what number exactly it was. But that should be kind of, or make clear to you, this is not some kitty company. And I still want to kind of remind you guys that even though these videos are not financial advice, it's not. I personally think XRP is going to be the best performing asset with like a nearly guaranteed return. So of course not really guaranteed, but nearly, in the sense that it will just have the best gains out of anything we can pick right now, with the highest degree of it happening as well, where there's not really this uncertainty that it will actually go to zero, because I don't see any, I see zero chance of them losing this lawsuit.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.